All right, Treagles, what's happening? So it's here, it's now, it's game day. Yeah! Yeah! Oh, fucking in the ball! Yeah! Oh my God! What a goal! He has a shot. Hit the Boreham Wood player's arm. His arm's up. He's got to give that as a penalty. Woo! All right, Treagles, what's happening? Happy New Year. So whose head's hurting then? It's here. It's now. It's game day. We're home for this one. National League fixture. We're off to the Hive. It's Barnet v Boreham Wood. So how many of you have already broken your New Year's resolution? Promise not to have any one more night stands and you go home with some random geezer. Promise not to drink anymore but you slam down another tequila. I promise to be more positive and not such a wanker. Darren Curry out. Well, looks like I've already broken mine. There's always next year. Ah, I'm joking. But that's enough of chatting bollocks. Let's get into football news! Now, we only played each other the other week, so not much has changed. Boreham Wood still sit 12th, but they've played 27, they've won 9, they've drew 9, and they've lost 9, scoring 27 times, conceding 28, giving them a goal difference of -1, and they're on 36 points. Last 5 games have been 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. Still, Luke, Garrard, it's only us that managers tend to walk away or get the sack and shit. He's now taken 176 games, winning 64, drawing 55 and losing 57, giving a win percentage of 36.36. Still the same danger men. Like I said, not much has changed in a week. Top goal scorer, number 9, Josh Umara, who still has 6 goals in 22 games. And number 7, Ricky Shakes, who still leads away with most assists, with 4, but now in 28 games. Never met at home before, so we're still breaking them records in his 10-pot league. So with that all being said, let's get to the ground. Let's get some team news in. Let's get 3 points, and then let's get the fuck out of town before Boreham Wood's firm come after me because they want to do me over.
Oh, my chest. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. My chest is going.
Fuck you, Boreham Wood. Try and play some football for once, instead of trying to wrestle us to the ground for 90 minutes. Just because your ground is on the back of where you all live in Albert Square, don't mean that you have to all act like Phil Mitchell. Why, your missus looks like Cat Slater. You bunch of wankers. Come on, Barnet! This is Barnet's starting 11 for today's game. It's an unchanged team against Dagenham and Redbridge in the 4-2-3-1. Mark Cousins in goal. Your back 4, Shad Alexander at right back, Elliot Johnson at left back, Captain Cannon Reynolds and Dan Sweeney is your 2 centre-halves. 2 in front of them, Craig Robson and Charlie Adams. The 3 in front of them in advanced midfield role is Mehdi Alita that goes in on the right, Mason Clark goes in on the left, and Jack Taylor in the middle of them, and Shaq Corfus up front. And this is our Boreham Wood lineup for today. Just gone 12 minutes here, still 0-0 already. The first opening 12 minutes, 10 times better than it was when we played them at their ground. Controlling the ball a lot more, attacking a lot more, much better. Mason Clark, that's what we want to see. Getting the ball, cutting in. 22 in, it's still 0-0. We've gone a little bit sloppy and wasteful. We've had all-round play in the last 5 minutes. Boreham Wood, dangerous attack. Ricky Shakes has a shot on the edge of the area. Cousins, brilliant save, forward stick wide. Ricky Shakes following up again, but he hits it wide, side netting. Just need to up it again now. Just dropped off the pace because Boreham Wood have turned into their usual fuckish team. And 27 in, still 0-0. We're looking so dangerous going forward. The final ball's a little bit lacking. Boreham Wood are dropping so quick, they've got pretty much every man back. It's hard to beat. They're resorting us to long shots, which are either going wide or straight down the keeper's throat. Nothing troubling. About 10 to the half, still 0-0. First 15 minutes from us was quite exciting, electric pace. Since then, Boreham Wood have taken over and they're controlling the pace in this game. It should be the other way around. We're at home, we control the pace. We've gone down to their level again. It's been a lot of long ball from us lately. It's stupid. We've got one up front. That one up front is Shaq. About 5 to the half is still 0-0. When we've got the ball, we're playing it around nice. nicely. There's been nice movements in parts again, and just no end product, but we're letting them dictate the play, and they're just getting stuck in like they did in the last game. Half time here at the Hive, and it's Barnet 0, it's Ship Pub side 0. First 15 minutes we all had high hopes. It was really quick pace, moving the ball around nicely, getting into the box, getting in good positions. Then after that we allowed them back into the game, and now they're dictating the pace of the game and they're playing it how they want to. They'd be the happier in the first 45 than we are. Since Stevens has left us, he's put on about 6 stone, yet he's never had an easier 45 minutes against us. We're playing one up front, and then when we are getting in the box, we're just trying to walk it in. They've had the better of the chances. Ricky Shake's having a shot and Cousins having to work for it. Not a lot to talk about really. Just hope we can try and do something different. We reverted back to the long balls. Let's see what the second half brings. Come on Barnet, 52 minutes into the second half, still 0-0. Brilliant movement. Shay Alexander to Mason Clark. Mason Clark running at them, takes on about 2-3 players. Free throws at Akinola, too much on the ball. Emma! Fuck off! 60 minutes in, still 0-0. Massive shout for a penalty for us. Jack Taylor whips in a nice long ball all the way over to Akinola. He has a shot. It's hit the Boreham Wood player's arm. His arm's up. He's got to give that pass a penalty. The referee's bottled it. Shocking.
Well, take a bow, son. I mean that, take a bow.
Mason Clark, that is how you do it! Brilliant! 68 minutes in, it's Barnet 1, it's Boreham Wood 0. Mason Clark with an absolute fucking rocket. Brilliant goal. Doing a few little step overs on the outside of the box. Cuts in on his left, bang! Top corner. What a goal. We needed that because the longer this game goes on at 0-0 and the more physical it gets, it's just going to favour Boreham Wood. We needed a goal out of somewhere. It come from nothing. Brilliant. About 10 to go, we still lead 1-0. Jack Taylor with an effort just outside the area. Keeper was equal to it, went for a corner, nothing come off that. A couple of minutes after that, we're in no danger. We've got the ball, we're comfortable. Medialito trying to turn, gets caught out. Boreham Wood hit us on the break. Luckily, Robert comes in, went for a corner for them, but that led to nothing. But again, it's us doing these silly mistakes. We don't need to do it. Into the 83rd minute, we're still leading 1-0, but Boreham Wood have just been given a penalty. Too far for me to see if it was contact or not, but Akinola's brought the player down. We gave the ball away sloppily and cheaply leading up to this. Again, why do we do this? Don't need to fucking do it. Fuck's sake. Barnet 1, Boreham Wood 1. We sent Cousins the wrong way, put it down to Cousins' right. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. We was up for the fight and we put in a good performance. Lack of concentration has just fucked it. Into the 90th, just adding on 5+ minutes. Since they pulled one back, we've upped the tempo now. We just need to make sure we're clinical in front of goal when we get a chance. So the game finished Barnet 1, Boreham Wood 1. I don't know what to say, apart from I'm gutted. Absolutely gutted. We went toe-to-toe with them. We gave them a scrap, but we allowed Boreham Wood to dictate the pace of the game. First 15 minutes, there was high hopes that we was going to just destroy them. But the longer that game went on at 0-0, it suited Boreham Wood down to the ground. Gareth's style of play is effective. He has a game plan. He sticks to it. They resorted us to long shots. He was trying to walk it in the box, trying to walk it in the goal. All the game was going to take was just a brilliant effort, and it came from Mason Clark. And that is the best I've ever seen you play in a Barnet shirt. But we allowed Boreham Wood back into the game. We did manage to get 4 points out of the next 2 games, which I wanted us to do. We huffed them, we puffed them, we tried. We just didn't have enough. I don't normally like to moan about the refs and the officials. You know what I'm like. When we're shit, I say we're shit. When we're good, I say we're good. But the officials yesterday were fucking embarrassing. We should have had a penalty, and Boreham Wood should have been down to 10 men. But that's what Boreham Wood do. They just intimidate you, and the ref bottled it. Pint-sized bottle job shit cunt. I really hope we don't play them anymore this season. Not because I'm scared of them, not because I fear them, just because they're one of the worst teams ever to watch. Next up, the FA Cup away to Sheffield United. So I hope you had a fantastic new year. Don't forget to do the usual bollocks. So until next time, see you later.